party strategists, it involves elected officials, it involves fundraisers. And they're having conversations about the president's performance, which they think was dismal, which they think will hurt other people down the party in the ticket. And they're having conversations about what they should do about it. Some of those conversations include, should we go to the White House and ask the president to step aside? Other of the conversations are about, should prominent Democrats go public with that call? Because they feel this debate was so terrible.
We're about to dive into the political bombshell that's rocking the nation. Last night's presidential debate, that was just the warm-up act. The real shocker? Mainstream liberal media, yes, you heard that right, is now calling for Joe Biden to step down. CNN, MSNBC, even The View, they're all jumping ship.
I, too, was on the phone throughout much of the debate with Obama world people, with Democrats, with people who are political operatives, with campaign operatives. My phone really never stopped buzzing throughout. And the universal reaction was somewhere approaching panic. The people who were texting with me were very concerned about President Biden seeming extremely feeble, seeming extremely weak.
Extremely feeble and extremely weak. This is the MSDNC talking here. Let's see what the woke women of The View have to say about this.
What was going on through your head as you watched this last night?
It was really hard to watch, and it kind of pains me to say this today, but I think President Biden needs to step down and be replaced.
You do?
If we want to defeat Donald Trump in November, I absolutely think that. And I think Biden's team saw it coming. I think that's why they pushed for an earlier debate, so they'd have time to change course if needed. But they've got to act fast, and I would implore those closest with the president to have the very hard conversations they're going to need to have, and not just for political ramifications, for humanity, for his integrity, and for his legacy, which, I mean, that's all on the line right now.
No, I've had concerns for a couple of years about Biden's age. It was stunningly worse than I expected, the performance. I think within the first 90 seconds, it was kind of baked in. And I think a lot of people tuned out some of the later part of the debates. And I want to be clear, Donald Trump was a mess. He lied his way through it, but Joe Biden's performance was so bad that it eclipsed everything that Donald Trump said. We need someone who can beat him. And so I think I've been told for a long time, put country before party and support Joe Biden.
Right.
He needs to put country before his own ambition, and he needs to step aside and pass the baton.
Maybe he needs to go. Maybe he needs to be honest with himself and the American people. He can bow out at this time with grace and dignity. He has a record he can be proud of.
He looked elderly yesterday. He sounded elderly. He is elderly. But the choice is no different. It is a very old man versus a very bad man. It is a man who speaks with a weak voice, but tells me the truth in a weak elderly voice, and a man who lies with impunity. He is a machine gun of lies.
And she is supposed to be the conservative one. Go figure. When your own team starts eyeing the bench, you know the game's not going well. Speaking of game changers, let's talk about securing your future. With the political landscape shifting like quicksand, your finances need solid ground. That's where Birch Gold comes in. I trust them with my savings, and you should too. Protect your hard-earned money with gold and precious metals. Don't let inflation eat away your wealth while politicians play musical chairs. Head to www.birchgold.com/American First now. The link is in the description below. Remember, in uncertain times, gold shines brightest. Now back to our regularly scheduled political meltdown. What's your take? Is it curtains for Biden? Time to pass the torch? Light up that comment section, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell. Until next time, keep the faith and keep America first.